afternoon to you. I am so delighted to be here again, especially knowing that you are there watching. So you're welcome to another exciting program at Reality and You. I am yours sincerely, Priscilla Ewurum. Hey, today's topic promises to be very informative and educative. Have you ever wondered why sometimes, when you wake up in the morning, you don't feel happy, you don't feel excited that, oh, you're going to work? And some people have jobs, they're not really proud of it, they're not comfortable, they're not happy, so they're struggling with this job, they don't feel they're in the right path. Well, not to worry, because I have a special guest in the house who is going to do justice to this matter, choosing a right career. That's our topic. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, Reality and You continues. You're welcome back. Thanks for joining us. If you just walked in, this is Reality and You. And I told you I have a guest, a special guest. He is a trained organizational behaviorist, cognitive therapist, and human resource professional with over 6 years of experience. He is the founder of Fifth Alternative, a training and development institute that seeks to foster human capital development of individuals through training, coaching, and learning within and outside organizations. His name is Mr. Olufemi Ibitoye, all the way from Lagos. Sir, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here.
Good morning. How was your trip? Hope you didn't find it difficult getting down here.
Well, I didn't find it difficult because I think it's just a direct route coming down here.
Okay.
Being the central area in Abuja, so it was a pretty much easier getting here.
All right. Let's get down to brass tacks now. Now, briefly, I would like you to enlighten our viewers on what choosing a career is all about.
All right. Thank you. Over the years, we've been able to analyze that people think by the time I go to school, do the traditional jobs, What do I mean by the traditional jobs? I mean being a lawyer, a doctor, or engineer, or what have you. And that is what we were being sold to when growing up. It's either you want to become an engineer, it's either you want to become a lawyer, a doctor, or an accountant. But over the years, we now see that career encompasses more than that. It's not just about a profession. It's not just about what you go to work to do. It has to be a mixture of your value. It has to be a mixture of your passion, what you have passion for, and most importantly, what you're good at. Because sometimes you might have passion for something. It might not be something you have to do because you're not good at it. So we're talking about career. Career is just about how you systematically work out a certain period, which is usually the most important period of your life. Because if you miss your career path, if you get it wrong, you might have a miserable life. So choosing the right career, it's about having a good analysis of yourself, what you intend to do, the value you intend to bring to the society, and most importantly, finding your mojo in whatever you do.
Okay, so at what point in life, at what point does a person decide what career path he or she wants to follow? At what point do you decide what you want to do?
Well, in deciding the career path you want to follow, sometimes it becomes important. We know that we might need to change career. That's what we call continuous learning and reinvention. Most especially in this future of work, whereby a lot of things are changing. We have robotics, artificial intelligence, and technology changing where we work, how we work, and the skills that are required. So here is it. You've got a career. Okay, let me take myself as an example.
Okay.
While I was growing up, I wanted to become a petrochemical engineer. And it's also one basically because, my parents love it, and because of, I think, the money that comes in being a petrochemical engineer. So I was in science class, doing so fine. In fact, I was the head boy of my school. But along the line, a lot of things had to happen. Continuous learning and reinvention. So I had chosen a career while I was young, probably in my primary school, probably in my secondary school, which affected the decision of me being in science classes when I graduated to SS1, SS2, SS3. But in life, I had to reevaluate myself. I had to look at it. What am I good at? What have I got passion for? What are the values that I stand for? And I began to see that, it has more to do with human capital development. I love people. I love people to look at me and say, because of you, I didn't give up in life. I want to let people look at me and say, I want to get better. So with that, I had to realign my career. which means I've taken a career decision.
Okay.
I think that's just like 2 stages.
Oh, yeah.
For some, it could be 4. For some, it could be 5. For some, it could be 6, depending on the circumstances that surrounds it.
Okay.
So most importantly, we can't say this is when you choose a career. We've seen people that, okay, their parents to say, oh, I want my daughter to be a lawyer. I want my daughter to be a doctor. But along the line, when the child grows up, just find out that there's no connection. Because apart from the acceptability of the job, the people, do you enjoy the people? Do you enjoy the pay? Do you enjoy what you do every day? Because it's not just about going to work. It's about you enjoying what you do. There was this lady, a friend introduced her to me. She knew from University of Lagos and she studied law. A very brilliant student. I think 4.48 or something, just few points to get into first class. But between me and you, she never wanted to be a lawyer.
Really?
But
Wow.
she was doing amazingly well. Okay, immediately she finished from University of Lagos. She said, you know what, Dad, I'm not going to law school because I'm not interested in it. So it caused a lot of, back and forth in the family, that in a way, she eventually got into depression because she said, this is not my path. I don't want it. Okay, just to satisfy the dad, okay, I'm going to law school. At some point, she absconded from law school.
Whoa.
All because she never wanted to be a lawyer. She said, I want to be an entrepreneur. I love to sell. I love to find solutions to people's problems in these regards. I love interior decoration. So eventually, after her law school, she did so well in law school also. Even looking at her absconding from law school. Eventually, she said, you know what, Dad, I'm not going for NYC because the moment I go for NYC, you want to get me a job. Mm-hmm. So because she wants to technically make herself non-employable. But if you look at Anna, the last time I checked, she's already a millionaire, less than 23 years old. So you can imagine when we talk about choosing a career, some of our parents, we are so much engrossed with this society pressure. We let the society, we let the people around us to choose career for us. Whereas we can always go the unconventional way. Most especially in this present world we are. We talked about the future of work, which is making everything to change our work. It is affecting everything we do across board.
Okay.
So imagine if, let me take for an example, you choose yourself as a programmer. You're very good with JavaScript. That's a career you've chosen for yourself. In year 2099, 2002, hot cake. But I'm telling you, in this 2018 we have presently, you are no man hot cake. So it's either you reevaluate the career you've chosen. You have to know you have to be a bit of a full stack programmer, as in knowing some other programming languages, and you have to be able to understand artificial intelligence and robotics. So you understand, sometimes you can be on the same career path, but you need to reinvent yourself. Sometimes you can make a total 180-degree turn, like move from the left to the right. So choosing a career doesn't have a specific time. You might need to reinvent yourself. And the truth is, the best I've seen in their field, they have actually reinvented themselves. They've actually reevaluated their career. I have a friend, when he was in school, he studied microbiology.
Okay.
He did so wonderfully well. But now, he's an HR professional and he's doing awesomely well, even more than those who have chosen that career from the beginning. So it's about evaluating yourself. It is not, we can't just do it in hook, line, and sinker. No. You get to a point, what I'm doing, do I find pleasure in it? Mm-hmm. Am I affecting life? And most importantly, am I gaining money? Am I having more money? Because sometimes I've seen a lot of people, as an HR professional, I've seen a lot of people, they will advise you when you're going for job interview, when you're looking for job, money is not important. They try to downplay money in our career. But the truth is, money is really important. If you have seen people who have excelled in their career, who have enjoyed their career, tell me they are rich.
Okay.
So we can't underplay money.
I agree with you.
However, it shouldn't be the primary focus.
Okay.
You understand? So that we need to consider too in choosing the right career.
Well, then you mentioned that a lady was in a particular career, lawyer, and she wasn't excited. She was, and a lot of people find themselves like that. They are not happy doing what they're doing. So what do you think would be responsible exactly for this?
Well, two things. I think I've made mention of them. One of them, I talked about societal pressure. Okay. We are so interested in the tag. Oh, my son is a lawyer. Okay. My son is an engineer. My son is a doctor. We're so interested in those big name tag. And the truth is, those guys are not even the rich guys. They're not even the rich guys. So when you see people like that, and when you see our parents, because of they are what, we have this generational gap, and they are what the people we call the baby boomers. Now we are the millennials. The millennials, they are born in the late 80s and 90s. They are more spontaneous. Okay. They have a higher thinking process because of they have technology to make decisions. So now we can look at things and look at it in a different way. Even if you look at the way we do media now, in which the profession which you are, you can't compare the way the likes of Baba Salah, the way they did theirs in the 90s and the 80s. Yeah. A lot of things has changed. Sure. You understand? So when we talked about people a transition from one career to another, it is very, very important because you need to evaluate whatever you are doing. Whatever you are doing in life, and you can't evaluate it to like, okay, am I enjoying it? Do you have peace of mind? I always tell people you evaluate them on peace of mind, do you earn more money, and how is your health? So if you can consider those three things, you can, okay, do I need to? Then when you need to evaluate in getting a new career, then you begin to look at it like, okay, what is in it for me? Which is very, very important in choosing the right career.
Okay. Now, looking at our educational system, do you think the educational system that we have today is making provisions to ease, the choosing of career in individuals?
The truth is, most of the courses we have in our universities here today, in the next 10, 15 years, they won't be relevant. And the truth is, our education is lagging behind in meeting up with the future requirement for the future of work, for the future workplace. There are some courses that won't be relevant in the next 5, 10 years, and we still have them as top courses in our universities. So the truth is, we need to change. I remember we were having a conversation in a symposium in UNILAG, University of Lagos, and we talked about the education and the future of work. Okay. And we analyzed that education has failed. Even apologies to all our lecturers, they are fantastic people, they are doing so well. But the truth is, they have not really improved themselves to know the requirement that prepares our students for the future of work. Now, there's what we call the soft skills and the technical skills. Some of them have these technical skills, and the truth is the technical skills is only 15% of what is required for you to actually survive in any choosing career. Okay. So now, what happens to the remaining 75%? The soft skills. But it's missing. So what we need to do with our educational system is we need to reevaluate, we need to revamp, and we need to look at the influence of technology on our education. Because if you look at it the way it used to be in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, even in the early 2000s, we will be far behind modern technology and we'll be far behind. And when we're talking about Nigeria being behind, it's when we look at it, we need to look at it in an holistic approach. We can't be talking about economic development and leaving our education. Education is very, very important. So we need to revamp the educational process. The conversation we are having now, as regards the future of work, it's conversation about education. Because if people are not educated, they are not ready for the future of work, and the career they will be choosing would not be in alignment with what is required to survive in the future of work, which is already upon us. So it is now important for individuals, business, and government to take advantage of this transition, to be able to understand the complexities that are involved in choosing the right career for our people.
Okay. Now, some people may be wondering, they are aware they are in wrong career already. They are already there. They are towing the line of a wrong career, and they are wondering, how should I opt out? What do I do? What's your advice for such person?
Well, for people like that, it's so easy. There are a lot of developmental programs. There's something we call, what's it called? IDP, Independent Developmental Program. So this is it. You need to first do an evaluation of yourself. Just like I said earlier. And in doing that, when you evaluate yourself and you say, okay, I'm on the wrong track, you can help yourself through internship. Okay. You can seek for internship. I've seen people who have started a great and awesome career through internship. So when you intern, you'll be able to know that, okay, it seems I'm finding love with this. It seems I want to move along with this. So then too, you have to see what got you here, we never get to there.
Okay.
For what I'm trying to say is the circle of your network that makes you what you are today, that makes you not to be enjoying the job you're doing presently, they will not be the one that will take you to the next level of your career. So you need to reevaluate that and get new network of people around you, a social network of new people around you. Okay, for example, I need to transition from being a petrochemical engineer to an HR professional. I need to start looking for people within that HR field. I need to start checking out, go on LinkedIn, LinkedIn is a professional networking site. Look for people within that field, follow them, comment, read articles. I can even make requests for journals and all that. So that will help you in the transition, which is very, very important. Get a new network. Internship is very, very good. Then if you have to do some job shadowing, sometimes I've seen some people that, because they needed to change job, they need to leave their high-paying job, get either internship or probably just have a petty cash just for them to run their basic expenses while they make the transition into the new job. And the truth is, you can also do that through, there are a lot of professional courses, like I said, continuous learning and reinvention. Those two things are very, very important if you want to have an awesome career.
Okay.
So now, you can also go for professional trainings. You want to move to, let's also still use the human resource development aspect. You have to also look at something like CIPD, CIPMN, all those things, they will prepare you for the next job. They will prepare you for transition. Then with the network you're building, another important thing is you go out for seminars, symposiums. I always tell my people that, most especially people that live in Lagos, where I come from, I tell them that you have a lot of, you are sitting on a gold mine. Because every weekend in Lagos, there are nothing less than 50, 100 seminars going on across the city. Different fields. What you just need, sometimes just go to Eventbrite, sometimes just use Google. Google is your friend. You get details of all these seminars. So when you get there, you want to do the job transition, you can have conversation, you can network, you can meet people. Then most importantly, you need mentors. You need people to show you the way. You need people who have actually worked. And the truth is, when you meet those people, they will tell you where they're coming from, so you can learn from their journey to see, okay, wow, it's never, a career path is never a roller coaster. It's not a linear progression. Sometimes you just have to dabble before you get to where you're going to. So with that, you can have a shoulder to lean on. You can learn from the subject matter expert real time. It helps in that transition from whatever you are to where you want to be.
On this, you've given several advices now. If one discovers, okay, after taking to this advice you give, okay, you have to get a mentor and all of that, read books, and the person discovers that, oh, I think I have found a career path, and along the line you find another thing interesting again you want to do. Is it possible to merge the two together? People have more than one love for things they love to do.
I really
merge
love
everything together and you're successful.
I'm going to make an example. This is not the real me, but it's an example. I really love to play football.
Oh, okay.
I'm passionate about it.
Wow, that's beautiful.
The truth is, do you have a career in football? Must I have a career in football? So, sometimes we can get spontaneous. Sometimes we can say some things like, oh, I love this, I love baking, I want to start baking, oh, Kemi is baking, that's my friend. Before you know it, you are so excited. Some things, they just come as, some few minutes excitement, you feel like, oh, you've gotten a career, but when you now evaluate yourself, I talked about G plus V, then plus P. Those three things must align. It's not just about what you're good at. I might be very good at a particular thing. I might be very good at baking. That doesn't mean that's my career. I will have a separate different career, but I can just have baking as just something I use as leisure.
Okay.
There must be passion. But let me tell you, passion is not enough. For some years, I've advocated that, find your passion. When you have passion, you've gotten a career. But at some point, I got to know that passion is not just enough. Because you're passionate about something doesn't make that thing your field, doesn't make that thing your career. Another thing you must consider is value. Doesn't match your value. There are some things that you see people, after getting the job, after being on the job, they begin to have problems because they didn't really realize or analyze the career path they've chosen. And they now say that there's now this conflict. Their inner man is having conflict with the outer expression they are trying to do. So such people, you see them, they come to work, they are not lively, there's no positive energy. And in whatever you do, there's one thing we call the 4 E's. One of them, which is very, very important, according to Jack Welch, which he said looking for, is enthusiasm, positive energy. That's why you see such people, they are brilliant. Sometimes they come to work, to office, they do what they're supposed to do perfectly well. They just do it and just go. But there's no positive energy. So such individual needs to be very careful. So you have to analyze. It's not just about what you're passionate about. It's not just about you see someone doing this and you're like, oh, I found my mojo, I want to do this. No. You have to do careful evaluation and you have to talk to people. Feedback is very, very important.
Sure.
You understand? You need to have people within your sphere of influence that you can talk to. Hi, Priscilla. How am I faring? Do you think I'm doing better? Am I convincing enough? You need to get feedback from people. When you get feedback from people that are close to you, then to your mentors. See, you know what? The world is such a global village now that you can be here in Nigeria and have mentor in Australia. Willing and ready to, churn out a lot of content for you to learn and grow. So it's not just about you finding, oh, I'm on this career path, oh, I've seen this, oh, I love this, oh, let me do this. And you see a lot of people, they go through. See, when I talk to young graduates, when they reach out, hey, I need a job, I say, what kind of job? They say, any job, I just need money. I say, any job, okay, no problem, about you. When you reach out to me again now, what about our discussion? I said, you requested for any job, and any job is no job. And I haven't found any job, so there's no job for you. You're like, no, I said, you have to have a clear picture.
Yes.
So when you have that, you know where you're going. Carefully analyze yourself. Self-evaluation is the most important thing in anything in life. If you don't self-evaluate yourself, you won't know the next career step to make. And sometimes you will even be confusing your mentor. Someone who is supposed to be your career coach, you will confuse the person to give the wrong advice because you yourself, you don't clearly understand yourself.
All right, that's so interesting there. Well done. All right, we'll take a short break. Hope you're enjoying this and we'll be right back. Welcome back. This is still Reality and You. It's getting hotter. All right, Mr. Olufemi, I'd like to know, are there institutions or bodies that have been put in place to guide people, to put them in the right career path? Are there institutions or bodies like that?
Yeah, there are a lot of professional bodies, and also there are individuals, corporate organizations that are into that. So we even have an association of life coaches. We have life coach. Life coach, basically what they do is, it's like you're on a career journey. You are here, you could be here, but you need to know how to navigate yourself to get to the top of your career. So you need a career coach. And that is part of what we do, what I do as a person. So we evaluate your present situation. We're like, even I've seen people that, okay, there was a lady, I met her when I was in school. I think I was 2 or 3 years ahead of her, and when she graduated, we started talking. She read business administration, while I read industrial relations and personal management, and we got talking. And during her NYSC, I think she worked in the company and she was the CRM, customer relationship manager or something. And the next thing she started telling me is, oh, I think I'm excited about people. My thing is people thing. I was looking at her, I said, madam, calm down. I have analyzed you. It's not about people thing. That's not your career path. No, I love you. You are only getting excited because of this short experience. You that I'm looking, you are more good. You are good with business analysis. You are good as a BD, as a business development person. Other than just with people. It's not about people. Okay, we now set up a career development plan, which is very, very important. So after doing that, now she's enjoying her career as a business person. So there are people around there, just like I said, we're in a digital age. There's one thing we call the digital revolution, which is really helping us. Just a click away, you have access to anybody, anywhere. So they help you, they give a career guide. There's this moves, and there's also the fifth alternative. There's a column on our website that allows people to get a coach to talk to. And also there's this, what we call the moves.com, whereby they analyze you. You input some information and they begin to give you some career advice on how to go. So with that, of course, there are a couple of them around, so which you can always take advantage of.
All right, so finally, I would like you to tell our viewers a lot maybe about yourself. Let them know what exactly you're into, so if they need advice or they need to come to your institution for coaching. Okay,
I'm a cognitive therapist and organizational behaviorist. I'm so interested in helping people get better in what they do. And also, I'm also a future of work enthusiast because I love to talk about how technology is affecting where we work, how we work, and the skills that are required. And also, I'm also an emotional intelligence aficionado because I'm still interested in this subject of emotional intelligence, how you get better, how you get aware of yourself, because self-awareness is very, very key, and how you manage your emotion for productive life. How emotions are very, very important in making logical decisions. Also, basically, part of what we do is we do trainings both for individuals and corporate organizations, speaking conferences at subject matter experts and keynote speakers. And also, as a person, we developed what we call an IDP, like I said earlier, for individuals to help them get better. As a behaviorist, we believe that individual is the most important subject of construct. So people talked about team, conformity, but we look at individual. So that's why in our organization, we look at individual and we analyze individual. And also, we help people, especially young graduates, to find their career path. Mm-hmm. So we talked about CV preparation. We do seminars on that. We do seminars on preparing for work. Yeah. We do seminars on corporate etiquette, how to dress for interview, how to prepare for interview, how to prepare your CV, how to write a compelling cover letter, how to walk, how to sit, how to dress. All these things, they are very, very important. That makes up a complete whole. Because your career is not complete when you're not well dressed. When you're not well articulate, your career is not complete. No matter how smart you are in your choosing field, all those things, they match up together. So those are part of what we develop and we do trainings on. So we are always available, and we have our website, www.fifthalternative.com. And also you can always follow me online because I do a Twitter series where we talk about career insight, developmental and words and series at Olufemi Ibitoye. That's the Twitter handle. So we can always continue the conversation from there.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Femi, for coming on the program. That was Mr. Femi Ibitoye. They are doing justice to the matter, choosing a career. Hope you've learned a lot. Keep staying positive in whatever you do. Till I come your way next time, I am Priscilla Ewurum. Bye for now.